mind this show? Aye. Well, it's back for the 2019-20 season and I'm absolutely buzzing about it. For those of you who are unaware, The Last Word is not just a series, it's a way of life. So see that wee like button just down there? Just that one? Please hit it. Get these episodes to 50 likes because remember, The Last Word is a way of life. So without further ado, let me just get the megaphone at the ready. The Last Word. Well, we certainly seem to have gotten hang of the Betfred Cup group stage part of the competition anyway. 3 years running now we've pipped the Premiership side in the group to the top of the table. And, sorry St Mirren fans, but this year it was probably the easiest ride given to us by the Premiership side. That opening day win in Paisley was the perfect stepping stone for us to go on and eventually top the group. Albeit, we did drop points to Edinburgh City. Let's no mention that one. But we got there in the end. Last Word, qualified. I tell you something, I think Hearts have gotten away with one in this one. Last year it was the docked points for fielding an ineligible player, which eventually led them on to basically almost get to a final in the competition last year. This season, they may not have been beaten in the Betfred Cup group stage, but they drew twice and they just simply haven't looked that convincing just yet. As far as the rest of the group goes, Dundee United have royally f***ed it. East Fife fans can be incredibly proud of their team going into the next round. Because I mean, beating Hearts and Dundee United one way or another is an impressive feat for Darren Young's men. They'll be a brilliant opponent for whoever they get in the next round. More on that one later. Group A certainly didn't pan out the way I thought it would have, so for that reason, and that reason alone, Last Word, unpredictable. County were just one of two teams to go through to the next round with an 100% record in the group stage. And I think that itself deserves a round of applause. So Ross County are through with ease. However, their Premiership counterpart St Johnstone, ho, no much luck. They've ended up only picking up a win away at Brecon, and that was the only team to finish below them in the group. The rest of the results show that they lost to League One Forfar and League One Montrose, and then also got beaten by their Premiership counterparts and runaway winners of the group itself, Ross County. Saints gaffer Tommy Wright spoke after the game and said this: "I think it sums up our campaign. Disastrous. And obviously, the buck stops with me." Well, aye Tommy, the buck does stop with you. And I'm even going to take that as far as making you pick the last word. And you said it yourself just there. Last word, disastrous. And as far as the whole group goes, last word, surprising. Well done Forfar, by the way. We can't talk about Group B without giving them their plaudits, so well done lads. Good luck in the next round. We all love a top of the table clash going down to the last day to see who wins. Group D gave us just that. The TV cameras were there ready to capture a 90 minutes of two teams on 7 points go head to head and battle for Betfred Cup qualification. Of course, it did turn out to be a game that only had the one goal in it and ended up being a bit of a damp squib by the 70th minute really, but hey ho, well done to Dundee for getting through to the next round. It may not have been as exciting as we all hoped it would have been, but it certainly did go, last word, down to the wire. Another group and yet another Premiership team going through with 100% record in their group. 4 wins in the bounce for the Well, and I've got to say, I do think that they will go one step better this season and get into that top 6 in the league. Their performances in the group stage have been nothing short of perfect. 13 goals scored, no goals conceded, and new players settling into the team very nicely indeed. Football's brilliant when there's no reason to complain, eh? Last word, flawless. And the other team to qualify from that group was Greenock Morton. And you've done well to get through that group lads. I know there's a few Morton fans watching these videos, so this one's for you. Last word, St Mirren? Please don't take offence if you're a St Mirren fan. It's just a laugh. Honest. It was almost a perfect record for Partick Thistle in this group, and funnily enough, the only team to take points off of them was Hamilton, who eventually went through with them anyway into the next round. Partick went through as the group winners and Hamilton went through as one of the best runners up, and obviously both teams will be delighted to go through to the next round. And the draw was pretty favourable to both teams as well. Hamilton got a struggling Kilmarnock side and Partick Thistle were given a home tie against Ross County. Not too shabby. Last word, decent. First up in Group G, we've got to talk about the group winners. Yep, the team that are selling kits to their fans with hashtag Spaghetti Had on the back of it has made it through to the next round of the Betfred Cup. I mean, lads, it's class, but it is quite tin pot at the same time. I imagine putting that on the back of your kit is like Marmite for people. You either love it or you hate it. And I think I love it. It's a shame the players don't wear it in games, but hey ho, beggars can't be choosers, eh? Livy topped the group with 11 points and easily through into the next round, and they seem to be dealing with pre-season better than some other bottom 6 Premiership sides. St Johnstone. Sorry lads. Last word for solid. Now, I'm not going to absolutely slaughter them here because I think it would be quite rotten of me to do so, but Berwick Rangers, you lot are absolutely 21 goals conceded in the 4 games in the group stage, 4 straight losses, and you have now conceded 50 goals since you last scored 1 in competitive action. Good God almighty. Up shit creek without a paddle, as the old saying goes. Last word for you lot, no hope. And finally, the round of 16 draw for the Betfred Cup. It certainly served up some interesting ties on paper, but here's the draw in full. Hibernian versus Greenock Morton, Partick Thistle versus Ross County, Motherwell versus Hearts, Dundee versus Aberdeen, Celtic versus Dunfermline, Forfar versus Livingston, Kilmarnock versus Hamilton Accies, and East Fife versus Rangers. Which one am I most looking forward to? Asked no one. But here's my answer anyway. So beside my own team Dunfermline's draw, which is a pretty good one for the experience, and it'll certainly give the coffers a good day out, money money money, I think my favourite draw out of them all is East Fife versus Rangers. There's just something magical about it. Rangers rolling back the years like the League 1, League 2 days with an away trip to Methil, East Fife ready to take on Rangers and battle to take out another big team in the Betfred Cup. Ho ho, what a belter. The full draw is pretty good though, I can't lie. Each tie has its perks for every single team involved, whether that's a lower league team or just the general tie itself. Last word, bring on the action. And that's it for this video guys, cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, comment down below what you thought of this kind of Betfred Cup group stage. This is obviously a different episode of The Last Word, it's just around the Betfred Cup group stage, but obviously The Last Word will be a regular feature now on the channel, and as I said, it's a way of life. 50 likes, do it. Subscribe for more of this type of content, as I said, every single week now, every single Sunday mainly, an episode of The Last Word will be out, so look forward to that for the rest of the season. And until the next video, which will be my predictions for the Scottish Championship season tomorrow, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.